job. Tonight's the night for George Graham's Arsenal. Can they complete a flawless European campaign and bring the Cup Winners' Cup back to Highbury? The Italian opposition is formidable. Parma will field a team of World Cup stars as they try to become the first club ever to retain the trophy. It's Arsenal.
The news that David Hillier failed a test today on a dead leg. The Irishman Steve Morrow comes into the midfield for a very important job. Ian Wright out of the attack through suspension, we know. Smith and Campbell then supported by the likes of Merson, looking for the goals of glory for Arsenal here tonight. Parma much more settled, so many internationals in their side and no injuries, no suspensions, and in their attacking areas they really have their major stars. Zola, one of the very best Italians, Brolin, one of Sweden's outstanding players, and then right at the sharp end, the spectacular Asprilla from Colombia. There you go. Arsenal then attacking the goal to our right. Di Chiara, the number 3 with the throw. This is Peen, the real little worker in the midfield. Brolin now trying to get Asprilla away. And a marvellous tackle there by Steve Bold. And suddenly Arsenal look wide open at the back there as Brolin and Asprilla, the Colombian, almost forged a golden opening. Well, all the running so far has come from Parma and particularly from this young Swede, Thomas Brolin.
Well, you see, he's escaped into the clutches there of both. He's got in between both.
Jockeying for position there. The Italians are well aware of the problem. Floating it in towards Bold on the far side. It came off an Italian head for Arsenal's corner. Bold stays up there. And in Bucci, they haven't got the biggest goalkeeper in the world. I think he's probably at about 5'10". Bold at the near post, looking for the little flick on, doesn't quite get it, and just past the far post. Kevin Campbell there.
Well, that's a glorious little nick on, isn't he? There's the one. He just managed to get a little eyebrows, back header on it. Noticeable, nobody defending the back post as well for Parma.
Tony Adams. Asprilla's breaking away for Parma. And how he's breaking away. Zola's in there. Brolin on the far side. Bold is coming across there. Brolin with a great chance against the post. My goodness, there should have been a goal at one end, and there was so very nearly at the other. What an amazing minute of the game that was.
Well, this is incredible stuff. I must admit, he struck it terribly well, Brolin. Inside of the post, Locke's ridden a little bit with that, well, a lot with Arsenal. That's a great strike, that. I mean, it just shows the danger of these. At one stage, Campbell, yeah, I wonder whether he might have been better just hooking it with his left foot there. He's got a bit clumsy with his control at the end of it. But originally, he just thought he might have taken a chance and hooked it with his left foot.
Here come Parma at the goal line, defending for Parma. Hit long towards Tony Adam. There's his header. And Cripper in the end gets it away. Watch out, Arsenal. Here comes Smith, a super strike for the Gunners. A mistake in the Parma defence, and very heavily punished indeed. They've looked second best so far, but my goodness, they're in the lead. There was the mistake. There's Smith on his chest. Full mark. Left foot volley, just nicked in off the post, and Arsenal in the lead.
What a great strike. Couldn't have been fractionally better, could he?
He's not been the most prolific of goal scorers this season, Alan Smith. That's only the 7th. But my goodness, I doubt there's ever been a better one for him. Well, certainly a more important one. Towards Alan Smith again, battling with Apolloni. And Di Chiara brings it away now for Parma. Asprilla beaten by Adams. Selly for Selly again. But he gives it to Brolin. Dangerous thing to do. Here, complaining that Adams is not 10 yards back. Asprilia's in there too. Winterburn's on the line, playing a couple of them on side, beyond the Arsenal wall. A lot of shouting going on there amongst the Parma players. Is it going to be Zola? We'll try and flick one. A little chip from him, maybe. Roars of approval from the Arsenal fans there. I think Tony Adams is going to get a yellow card. I think the danger's not over for Arsenal. I think they've got to take it again. I think they're complaining that Adams encroached.
He was about a yard off the ball when he hit it, Brian. I mean, you talk about blocking a free kick. He absolutely threw himself out at that one. There's cat and mouse going on the line now. The Parma players don't know whether they're going close on the line or be caught offside.
Zola gets a second chance, and Arsenal is still in a bit of trouble here. Winterburn's come off the line, then he's gone back the line. They don't quite know where to go. I hope he's not going to put Seaman off. All this fun and games just in front of him. Here comes Zola for his second strike at it. That's a better one, but it's over the top, and Arsenal are safe again. For Europe again. Corner first, and there's another save by Seaman. A little wink with the right eye there from David Seaman, but that's a super piece of goalkeeping. Davis plays it in. The ball floated in there. Campbell with a header, and Arsenal full of appeals there for something. Whether they thought there was a handball, they've got another corner. See whether this reveals anything. They claim a handball there against Pin, but it didn't look good, didn't it? Here we are, another corner by Davis. Floated in there, going towards Bold. They have real trouble, as everybody else does, defending these Arsenal corners, particularly when Bold is there, particularly when Davis can deliver them so accurately to Bold at the near post. Looks for the little flick on, looks for other people to come rushing in behind him. There's another one floated in there. Bold trying to get that little flick on. Smith is in there too. Adams is in there too. A great lead by him, and it just wouldn't come to an Arsenal player on the edge of the box. And suddenly it could be danger at the other end. Brody to Zola. Asprilia's up ahead of him as well. And Morrow just gets up enough to hold it up for a moment. Asprilia. Dixon. Bold. My goodness, it was all hands to the puck there. Had a few other look at his watch, and Alan Smith's goal is a priceless one so far for Arsenal. Bologna to get forward. Sensini in there as well, the man who scored against Benfica from a corner. And Seaman stretched to the limit there as he punches that away, but it's another corner.
He does hit a mean ball, doesn't he, Zola? I think it's a measure of how good he is. He's switched straight across to this side to take it.
Yeah, you can see him now running a across there to take that corner. Here's Seaman. 7 corners for Parma, 4 for Arsenal, but 1-0 to Arsenal. That's the real statistic that counts. Zola floating one in there. Seaman coming a long way. Asprilla flying at it at the far post.
He's actually a little more of a
time wasting. So now Arsenal need to get on with it. Paul Davis chipping it in. Up goes Bold. That's an easy one for Luca Bucci. Merson. Little chip by him, and a flag up for an offside against Brolin on the far side. Chiara's shot charged down, and they just nudge it back to Seaman, who whacks it gratefully away. Smith chasing this, but Sensini is fouled by Smith. It's a throw, it's a free kick to Parma. Dixon, they can't get Melly on at the moment. A little touch by Smith, a good one. Merson with a chance for the first time in the game to attack the defence, and it didn't quite fall for him. Just hoping for something a little better there. Bold for Arsenal. Just taking it away from Zola. playing it wide here for Dixon. Up to Smith again. It was not the best control by Alan Smith. He'll add some time on, Ron, I'm afraid, won't he?
If the first half, unless he's changed watches.
Unless he's changed watches. Davis slipping it wide to Eddie McGoldrick. McGoldrick's cross. No trouble there for Luca Bucci. He's waiting for a chance to blow the whistle. An offside flag goes up, and Arsenal, I think, are going to be there now. They started as underdogs, but you wouldn't get a bet on them now.
And it's down to the thing that's been significant in all the campaign, isn't it? Resilience. They've stuck at the task. There's George, he wants him to kick it as far upfield as he can.
And David Seaman obliges. Long towards Smith. Just need to get possession again. Tenerife fans, the flag is up, and it won't count.
It was up well in advance. The linesman was very, very quick. Like to see that one again. Oh, what a good decision.
Yeah, good decision, linesman, well played.
Brilliant decision.
Steve Morrow saying to the referee, come on, ref, when are you going to blow that whistle? Stop, and it's a corner. Surely Parma can't get it to the other end now.
Do you think we shall see Tony Adams and Steve Ball pounding up?
No, they've stayed right back. 2, 4, 5 of them have stayed back. And they're saying to Eddie McGoldrick, take as much time as you possibly can. Referee looking at the linesman to see. It's all over! Arsenal have won it! Alan Smith's goal after 20 minutes. And some fabulous defending by Arsenal. George Graham, he's won just about everything he could win at home, and now he's won an important event in Europe. Arsenal in Europe next season, and Parma, who came here as favourites, have been beaten. They've shown some great football, Parma, but they've met some resolute defence by Arsenal, and you cannot give too much credit to men like Steve Bold, to men like Tony Adams, and to men like Alan Smith. Smith's goal is the one that separates it, and Bucci, the goalkeeper, who's had a fabulous season himself, rolling in despair. A nice touch there as Paul Merson tries to console the Parma goalkeeper. And Arsenal flags are flying everywhere in Copenhagen. And Ian Wright, the man who missed it, as joyous as anybody could be for the men who've won it. John Jensen as well, who missed out on the final. It's a fabulous night for Arsenal and for English football generally. Good, solid defensive discipline, teamwork and tactics have overcome a superior side technically. David Seaman with a fantastic save in the first half. And what a night, Ron.
Tremendous. A night for guts, a night for all that's best in what we call English football.
Well, it takes away the sadness of that event in 1980 in this very competition when they lost on penalties to Valencia. Stuart Houston there and George Graham between them have been absolutely master tacticians. The backroom staff that have been shuttling to and fro from Italy, keeping an eye on the opposition, have got it absolutely right, and none more so than Tony Adams there, who first captained Arsenal at the age of 21. In that time, he's lifted the Football League title twice, or the Football League title twice, the FA Cup once, the Coca-Cola Cup as well, and now this is the cup that he will take home to North London tonight.
Yeah.
Well, that's the moment. Tony Adams lifts the trophy. David Seaman has his moment as well. My goodness, he deserves it. And they're lining up on that podium now. The Arsenal players, each being received joyously by the Arsenal fans. Some 11,000 of them are here in Copenhagen tonight. Let's have another word with George Graham.
So it's a great time to get